మీరు హైదరాబాద్లో స్థిర నివాసాన్ని ఏర్పాటు చేసుకోవాలని భావిస్తున్నారా? అయితే మీరు ₹1,00,00,000 కంటే ఎక్కువ బడ్జెట్ పెట్టలేరా? అభివృద్ధికి ఆస్కారం ఉన్న ప్రాంతాల్లోనే ఫ్లాట్ కోసం చూస్తున్నారా? అయితే మీకు అందుబాటులో ఉన్న ఆప్షన్స్ ఏమిటి? ఏ ప్రాజెక్టులు ఎలాంటి కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ స్టేజ్లో ఉన్నాయో పౌలోమి ఎస్టేట్స్ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ గురువులో చూసేద్దాం.
India's first and Asia's only second such venture was accompanied by the symbolic watering of the vertical green forest of the apartment complex. 360 life pioneers and మనందరికీ తెలుసు ఎప్పటి నుంచో అంటే 1972 నుంచే ఈ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డే అనేది సెలబ్రేట్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. సో లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ 50 years సెలబ్రేట్ చేసుకున్నారు అండ్ థీమ్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ వన్ ఎర్త్ అనే థీమ్ తోటి ప్రపంచ దేశాలకు కూడా పిలుపునివ్వడం జరిగింది. అండ్ 1973 నుంచి June 5th ప్రతి ఇయర్ కూడా వరల్డ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డే జరుపుకోవడానికి విశ్వవ్యాప్తంగా పిలుపునిస్తున్నారు. సో అప్పటి నుంచి కూడా మనం వరల్డ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డే జరుపుకుంటున్నాం. అండ్ దీని మెయిన్ థీమ్ వచ్చి అంటే మనం హెల్దీ లైఫ్ స్టైల్, అలాగే ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ని కాపాడుకోవడం, అలాగే పరిశుభ్రత కోసం, పర్యావరణం కోసం పాటుపడాలనే ముఖ్య ఉద్దేశంతో ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డేని సెలబ్రేట్ చేసుకుంటాం. సో దాంట్లో భాగంగానే 360 లైఫ్ కూడా ఒక గ్రేట్ ఇనిషియేషన్ తీసుకొస్తుంది. సో గ్రేటర్ హైదరాబాద్ గ్రీనర్ హైదరాబాద్ అనే ఇనిషియేషన్తో ముందుకొస్తుంది. సో ఒకే అంటే కన్స్ట్రక్టివ్ బిల్డింగ్లో కూడా నందనవనంగా మార్చుకుని హెల్దీ లైఫ్ స్టైల్, గ్రీనర్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్ని ఏర్పాటు చేసుకోవచ్చు అనేది ప్రూవ్ చేయడమే 360 లైఫ్ ఇవాళ సక్సెస్ఫుల్గా ప్రూవ్ చేసింది అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. So 360 Life, a leading developer in the city, with its presence in Cochin, Jaipur, Pune, Chennai, Kigali and Dubai, is committed to spearhead a strategic shift towards sustainability in development projects. It is with the vision that 360 Life is collaborating with GHPF and the Bangalore chapter of Parisara Foundation to pioneer impactful change. The vision of 360 Life is aligned with the foundation's belief that the transformation into Greater Hyderabad, greener Hyderabad can be driven only by joining forces with government entities, academic institutions, NGOs and citizen groups. So the vision is to make Hyderabad greener with a clean air, piped supply of drinking water, perennial recharging of its water bodies, including wells, tanks, and groundwater resources with rain and recycled water, and renewal of urban and semi-urban forests, parks, and waterlands with rich biodiversity. Its mission is to inspire people to embrace environmentally responsible behavior. Its approach is to be inclusive and collaborative. Among the founders of the GHPF are distinguished scientists Professor P.G. Divakar, ISRO Chair Professors, National Advanced Studies, former Head of ISRO Remote Sensing Center, Dr. V.R. Hegde, Geospatial Planner, formerly consultant with World Bank and various government bodies, Sri Vamshidhar Pothulo of ATRI, Sri Namit Verma, globally awarded architect, and the others from the world of business and industry. And also the foundation in association with the National Institute of Advanced Studies, Bangalore, is also developing NIGA. So మన ముఖ్య అతిథులు జయేష్ రంజన్ గారిని స్టేజ్ మీదకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాను. ప్లీజ్ వెల్కమ్ సార్. Professor T. Ravinder, Vice Chancellor, Osmania University. Please welcome, sir. Sri Tilotham Kolanu, Director, Andhra Pradesh Environmental Management Corporation. Please welcome, sir. And Srimati Kalpana Ramesh, Founder, the Water Rain Project. Please welcome, ma'am. Okay. Among these invitees, please welcome Sri Prakash Belwadi, sir, actor and director and co-founder of Greater Bangalore Parisara Foundation. and Shri Vinay Palapati, Trade and Industrial Entrepreneur, who will spearhead the Hyderabad chapter. Please welcome, sir.
Participants, first of all, my apologies that I have come late. I was supposed to be here at 3 o'clock, but we had a press meet of the minister at 2, which went on for quite some time. And one more apology that I'll be leaving early. So double apologies for coming late and for leaving early. But nevertheless, I'm very happy that I've been able to make it to this event. Today is a very special day. It is the World Environment Day. So I'm very happy that an environmental initiative which focuses on the community is getting launched today. The Greater Hyderabad Parisara Foundation is getting launched. My congratulations to all the stakeholders. I just learned that Prakash Garu has been doing something very similar for the last year and a half in Bangalore. And the approach is perfect because you require lots of data to do micro level planning, and that is the approach in looking at some of the major environmental challenges of our cities, problems like heat spots, problems like very high levels of pollution, urban flooding, etc., etc. So, but my only request would be that please also collaborate with institutions already in Hyderabad who are doing something similar instead of duplicating their effort. And I'll be very happy to facilitate all those connections, make all those conversations happen. So please contribute to the rich ecosystem, the knowledge-based ecosystem that we have created in Hyderabad over the last so many decades. I'm also very happy that another very important agreement is getting signed today. 360 Life is going to support the restoration of 2 step wells in the campus of Osmania University, which will be overseen by Kalpana Garu and her organization, the rainwater project. So again, something which we should feel very proud about, because of late the municipal administration department, along with lots of corporate supporters and implementing agencies like the rainwater project, have taken up more than a dozen step well, 20 step well restoration programs, to be precise, and to get these 2, which are their location is very prime. Thousands of students are part of Osmania University, so many visitors go there, and if these are restored to their glory, this will add to the kind of the cultural and the urban landscape of our city. So I'm very happy that 360 Life, which has very great ambitions to provide sustainable living environment. We know that they are setting up this large vertical garden. The pictures which have been displayed outside are amazing. So it's a very happy match making between domain experts like Prakash Garu and his setup in Bangalore, between the rainwater project, between Osmania and a large corporate sponsor like 360 Life. So I convey my blessings to this whole initiative. Unfortunately, I'll not be able to spend much time today to understand your the nitty-gritties of what you are planning to do, how you are planning to do. But I invite you to come over to my office one of these days, make detailed presentations, and whatever inputs I can provide, I'll be very happy to do so. So once again, greetings on the occasion of World Environment Day, and thank you very much.
Jayesh Ranjan sir, please click the button and launch the program. సో బయట ప్లాంట్ శాంప్లింగ్ మొక్కలు నాటుతున్నారు. సో అందరూ అక్కడికి ఆహ్వానించబడుతున్నారు. ప్లీజ్ వెల్కమ్. Now, Nagesh Siddhanti sir, please give a presentation about Greater Hyderabad Parisara Foundation.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to be here. A good afternoon to all of you. Greater Hyderabad Parisara Foundation has been launched today by the chief guest, and I have the honor to take you through to introduce the team and then give a little brief about the whole foundation. The foundation is backed by two knowledge partners. One is the Greater Bengaluru Parisara Foundation, which is a little more than 1 year old, and then the National Institute of Advanced Studies through its ISRO chair Professor Divakar and his team. They back us up with high resolution data. I'll quickly run through the team. Chairperson of the foundation is Srimati Ambika Narayan, a gemologist, a trade and industry person. Then we have Sri Prakash Bilbadi, who is right with us today, an Indian theatre, film, television and media personality. And we have Sri P.V. Rai with us, who is a geospatial expert. Yours truly is there as an arboriculturist and an environmentalist. Then we have Sri K.G. S.S. Srikanth with us, who is an entrepreneur and NLSIU and a senior partner of a CA firm. Then we have Vamshidhar Potula, who is the Chief Operating Officer and a registrar at A3, Ashoka Institute for Environment and Ecology. We have a very distinguished architect in Sri Namit Verma. Then we have a chartered accountant and another NLSIU graduate with us, Srimati Kavita Paramesh. Then we have an electromagnetic radiation expert in Sri Nihar Rao. Next slide. We have an advisory board made of distinguished scientists. I would like to quickly go through the same. Professor P.G. Divakar, they retired as a distinguished scientist, ISRO, and he is currently the ISRO Chair Professor of National Institute of Advanced Studies. Then we have Dr. V.R. Hegde, who is a geologist and a groundwater management expert, and he is a postgraduate in applied geology. Then we have Sri Mahesh Karanth, who is an early stage investor, a public policy specialist, and he's a trustee on Suchitra Cinema as well. Then we have Dr. Sanjeev Kubakaddi. He's a successful entrepreneur, and then he's on the board of various academic institutions as a member. So we have come to a point where we are asking ourselves a question.
Yes.
Greater Hyderabad ecosystem, can we fix it?
I'll quickly take you through, not the slides, because we have a set of slides that we have quickly put together about Hyderabad. And we have some slides where we have done something for Bangalore already, which we can show you. And that is a time series. Over 50 years, how the city has gone wrong, you can see very quickly. And we can do the same thing for Hyderabad because it's from satellite. Anywhere in India, very quickly we can put together data analysis and give you. Now we cannot tell under the ground where rivers are running, aquifers are there, but we can show you hydrological data on where the wells are, active wells in Hyderabad are. If you look at the water levels in those ways and you can join the map, dots, you probably will get a water map underground as well. But you know, it is not just about underground. I want to just tell you why we are interested in this. Over the next 15 or 20 years, we expect that 200 to 300 million people will come to cities. There are not so many cities they can come to. They will come to the already developed cities because they'll get jobs there. 1 in 5 people in the world who is under 25 is in India. Just think about this. Villages are becoming old age homes. Old people are being abandoned in villages and everybody is coming to cities. The thing is, we know data about, for instance, how water, you know, I was talking to madam about hydrology. She's a knowledgeable architect. So I will tell you one piece of statistics about Bangalore. We get 1,400 million liters of water per day. 1,400 million liters of water per day for a population that is in excess of maybe now 11 million. We are going to bring an additional 775 million liters per day by end of this year to the city. This is just from Kaveri. We also have groundwater. We are tapping into it. We have sent the groundwater so low, but up to 1,000 feet and more we have sent it. It is fluoride, which nobody does any analysis of it. People who are rich actually filter the water and put out poisonous water into the ground, poisoning the ground as well. In India, you know, we dump an estimated 80 million tons of garbage, solid waste every year. Where does it go? It goes into landfills. It's like cleaning your house and throwing it next door. And if you double the population, see Bangalore's population is maybe now 12 million or 13 million. If Hyderabad's population becomes, I'll give you a horror figure, 2.5 million, before you're ready to receive that population, in the next say 8 years or 10 years, it's going to hit that. It's happened to my city, so I'm telling you, don't think it won't happen. Because there's no place to go for young people when they're educated and they want jobs. And we don't have any data analytics. So if we get, for instance, from rainfall water, we get about 18 TMC, and from Kaveri maybe another, you know, say 15 TMC we get. Eventually, let's say we get 30 TMC. If you get, say, 3 million liters of water per day into the city, How do you drain it? Will not be very different. You will also need so much water. How do you drain it? It drains as it wishes. Actually, there's no channel for it to go. I will tell you one more thing. When it takes you through that, you will see, we'll get 5G, electromagnetic radiation, EMR. That is something we need to study. Do you know what effects it causes? Has anybody done a study? Have you done a ground calibration of saying, if you go to clinics and say, if you have a cluster of so many cell towers there and radiation there, what happens to children unborn, children in the fetus, small children, to mothers, to old people? What happens? We want to do something like this where we provide scientifically reviewed data that can be analyzed for soil, for water above ground, underground, flowing in sewages. We have 835 kilometers of drains in Bangalore, you know, Raja Kaluves we call them. You will have drains here also. Somebody needs to map everything with gradient. You must dredge it and allow the water to flow. We will do a map for radiation where it is very bad. We will give you a micro map where you can update everyone in this building what is the air pollution, PM2, PM10, sulfur dioxide, other noxious gases. We should be able to tell. 80% of carbon that is put into the atmosphere comes from just fossil fuels, which means for your vehicles, or there are power cuts, you use diesel generators. This is what we want to do, not actually get people to get angry and frustrated, but to make wiser decisions, which is data-based. So if you make a plan for the city, you use the ecological framework of the city and then do a map that facilitates life here. This is what we want to do. We want to work with government, not against the government. And then we also want to do this app called Niga, which we will give to Hyderabad as well, you know, with the cooperation of your local, of the local friends here. We will jointly develop it and we'll give it to you because we need Hyderabad data for it. So in your mobile phone, where this app is freely downloadable, you'll be able to see data, air quality, soil quality, what you can grow there, why you cannot grow some things there, how you can clean up. If a lake is dead, how can you revive it? How can you get oxygen into that place? Everything will give so that citizens are empowered to make a wise decision. If you buy land, if you buy property, you should know what you're getting into. If you don't know, if you get borewell water and you don't know what quality that water is, do you ask these questions? Do you get honest answers? People may not want to lie to you. They don't have data. This is what we are doing. We have done some things for Hyderabad. I'll request Nagesh to continue with it. If there are any questions, I'll be standing outside after this. You can come and ask me. Thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Prakash Balwadi, sir.
So this is, you know, the picture of the problem. This picture was produced at the 66th National Town and Country Planners Congress, which was held in Hyderabad 2018. What was happening to the city, you know, one of the biggest challenges. Next one, please. So we have these images when we take satellite stereo viewing, where we can actually analyze the terrain and the contour by, you can see here, it's a stereo image. We get, you know, 3 satellites viewing the same data from different angles, so we get the contour map. You're all, a lot of you must be civil engineers, so you know we can get the 3D representation of a given area. So that becomes very important data for us to begin with for any city we analyze. Next, please. So we call this as ice in the sky, and we wanted to look at the Hyderabad city. So this is the way Hyderabad is located in Telangana State. We all know this. Next one. So this is the watershed map of Telangana in general and Hyderabad in particular. As you are all aware, the environment and the nature marks its own boundaries. It may not match with the revenue boundaries that we humans create, but it has its own boundaries based on the natural topography. Next one. So the same watershed image now overlap with the drainage network. Now there is a natural drainage network where the water goes. You can see that the light blue color indicates the drainage network and the dark blue is about the watershed. Next one. And this is specifically a watershed and a drainage network of Hyderabad city. Next one, please. So the same thing we have overlapped on the satellite image of Hyderabad. To see, you can go back to that. You can notice that one of the drainage network is actually passing through Hussain Sagar, which is why to begin with you have a lake there, Yeah. Next. So this is the, groundwater map with active wells and the location of active wells. Now, a lot of times we have no data, we have no clue where the groundwater is. But if you have a map of the wells, you can actually join the dots and you know where the aquifers are, or you know the extent of the water resource available in the ground. So, yeah. So this is there for, it's possible to do this for any place in India, for that matter, any place in the world. We are currently interested in doing this for Indian cities. So this is the groundwater map with active wells. So very, very important, data for us to analyze. Next one. Then we have, this is an old photograph of Hyderabad, 50 years ago, 1973, or it's between 1973 and 79. This is how Hyderabad was, and our ISRO satellite was able to capture the photograph of Hyderabad 50 years ago. So we call it as time series analysis. So if you have photographs, progressive photographs of every one year or 5 years, and then you run them through, like we have done already for Bangalore, which you will see later. So this is a very important photograph for us as a starting point. Next one. So this is a closer look at the 1973 data. It is not a high resolution image, but if an analyst sits and then analyzes it, a lot of data can still emerge from it. We can know the boundaries, we can know the extent of land use, urbanization, road network, drainage network, and all that is possible to be generated from this. Next one. And Hyderabad today from space. You all would have seen it in the... So now this is a comparative photograph of Hyderabad, which is between 73 to 79, Hussain Sagar, and Hyderabad of current times. And you can see the density that is building around it. It's just not that, so maybe earlier there was a one-story house which is an apartment today. But from the top you just see the buildings, But to take a closer look at it, so we can have an enlarged image. Next one. So let us say we'll mark a circle adjacent to Hussain Sagar, and we need to deep dive into this. It is possible to understand the third dimension of it, and then what is the extent of land usage which has come about over a period of 15 years. You can in fact enlarge it even further. See, this can actually give you a lot of data, including who has gone too close to the buffer zone, the lake buffer zone and things like that. So all that is possible to be detected here. Yeah. So these are the initial images which very quickly our friend from ISRO has given us from the Bhuvan software. It is possible for us to really use them to a good effect, which you will see, which we have done in Bangalore now. We'll show you a case study of Bangalore quickly. So this was Bangalore in 1973. You can see the dark portion there. That was such a small town then. Keep going. So you can see the time signature there, 1976. Go on. Now we have come to not that fast. Go back to go back to 88. 88, and then 95, and then 2000, then 2004. You can see between two. Also go back to 2000. See, between 2000 and 2004, you have enormous growth here. Next. See, how it has, then 2010, then you have 2015, 2020, and we'll show you as a video, just hold it. See this, no, next one. Just don't change this. We have superimposed all these images, and we are showing you an image which is like, it's an animation, it looks like a heartbeat, you know. How a small town or a slightly large town in 73 has become such a huge metropolis, you know. It's going beyond the, you see the dark line is a municipal boundary which was imagined to be the extent of Bangalore, but now it's gone much beyond that. It's possible that we can do this for Hyderabad very well. Similarly, yeah. Next one, please. So this is another animation showing the urban sprawl, how the urbanization has impacted Bangalore in all directions. Next one, please. So we have, so this is not just visual data, we also get the, you know, based on the three-dimensional elevation model, we can get the relief and the terrain and the contour data as well, where it is very important while designing drainages. For instance, if you want to design a network of drainages, this becomes a very, very important information. A similar thing can be done for Hyderabad, of course. Yeah. So in fact, we have taken this is a closer look, it's an enlargement of the previous image, where we have enlarged the municipal area using the gradient images to know where we have what kind of contours and where should actually the water go away naturally, you know. Next one, please. And to aid this, of course, we need more data as to what kind of rainfall you have. So this indicates, this slide shows you the monthly rainfall of Bangalore city and the network of drains which are currently available. Yeah. So it's the same thing. The drainage system and the water bodies are shown here together. Yeah. So last year we had a major flood in Bangalore. You all must have read in the papers. And our scientists were able to actually, though there was cloud, they were able to take a satellite image to what they call as a microwave image. And they mapped the wet areas of Bangalore. And we had some startling revelations. We had some of the lakes that were totally dry actually coming alive once again. So this kind of stunning data we have now, where, you know, the whole idea, as Prakash sir said, we don't want to do the same mistake in other cities. You know, if we can do a similar study and then see how we can redeem you know, or salvage the natural resources we have and things like this. So that is where we are coming from. So at this stage, I request Prakash sir. Yeah.
So I'll just quickly conclude this. So this is we have only done the geospatial and hydrological analysis now. We'll do it for rainfall also, where intense rain, because of climate change, micro flash floods happen. Those are the ones that are causing maximum damage now. So we will do analysis for rainfall. See, land use has changed. If you go to the next one. We'll do air pollution monitoring next. You can see, you know, just hold on. See, you can see we can do different seasons, April to May, how air pollution increases for different reasons, okay? We know the areas where that is there. That is the Silk Board junction. It's the ring road in Bangalore. That's why it gets polluted. You can do this very well. So you should not locate smokestack industries in those places, for instance, right? It's a very simple plan idea. If you do a dipstick of water drainage, and you can see where pollution is more in 100 meters you can tell exactly where there's a polluting industry, and only that you need to rectify. So that's how a lake can get revived, for instance. So next one, please. Next one. Yeah, so that's the same thing, model output. Next one. So this EMR also we are doing now. So for all the Panchabhutas, we will do an analysis and we'll give that, so it makes for better planning from the government side. It does better planning from the citizen side. You know, you are more aware. So you will not buy property in, let's say, in a polluted place. Buy a green green conscious, builder is important is because of that tomorrow's buildings have to be like that. You will all be much better informed if we can give you this information. That is the whole project, and that is the idea why we are coming to Hyderabad. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nagesh.
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ నాగేష్ సిద్ధాంతి గారు, అలాగే ప్రకాష్ బెల్లవాడి గారు. అండ్ నవ్ వి విల్ ఇన్వైట్ షేక్ మీరా హెచ్ఎండిఏ ఆన్ టు ద స్టేజ్ ప్లీజ్. ప్లీజ్ వెల్కమ్ సార్. రవీందర్ గారు, వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్ ఉస్మానియా యూనివర్సిటీ, ప్లీజ్ స్పీక్ a few words.
Good evening to all of you and dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I think I am odd man out because basically I am a political science teacher. I think I am not into this area. But whereas just now I came to know that this Prakash Garu explained about the future of the Bangalore and Hyderabad. And let me congratulate Srikanth Garu for initiating this wonderful work. And in fact, I came here to with place before the developments in Osmania University, particularly Kalpana Ramesh Garu and Osmania University taken up a project that known as the restoration of the step wells. That step wells, I think from the 18th century old step wells, almost all 7 to 8 step wells are there in Osmania University. So that one of the step wells which is located in College of Education, that Mahalakabai Chanda, she was the courtyard and philanthropist and also promoted for the girl education. And she, after her, that step well was named after Lakabai Chanda. And in fact, that was not in use from the last almost more than 5 decades or 6 decades. Recently, one of our students who tweeted to Honorable Minister KTR Garu, but after this step well restoration of the Kalpana Ramesh Garu, and subsequently the Usman University and the NGOs and other like-minded group of the environmentalists came over, and we started working with the removal of the garbage and everything. Now I think it's almost all daily 5 to 10 feet of the water which is coming up from the groundwater, increasing the very pure water. And in fact, there is the engineering between the Usman University and erstwhile this the present IFLU. There is a linkage between the two wells. Whatever the surplus water which goes to IFLU step well and the surplus water also come to here, while Nizam going towards the Lakabai Chanda's area, where they used to stay some time and they debate the intellectual discourses. So that place has a lot of interest and importance. I think Srikanth Garu, I think on behalf of the Osmania University, I think Kalpana Ramesh Garu, and even Mamta Garu is also alumnus of Osmania University. Just now we came to know that. I think if you take it up that for restoration and the completion of that step wells, 2 step wells, we are grateful to you. And all the way I came here to request, in fact, from the Osmania University. And in fact, Kalpana Garu also said that he is ready to take it up in restoration of step well. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And also it's a very learning experience, particularly on the occasion of the World Environment Day, which is the kind of a vertical garden kind of a buildings, and from the beginning to end, including food is also prepared and organic food. That's why just now I came to know that it's really a wonderful initiative for the future generations. Thank you very much and congratulations to the
Thank you so much, Ravinder Garu. And now, Kalpana Ramesh Garu, please speak a few words.
For this opportunity, Srikanth, I know we've been associated for many years now, and whatever we saw as a presentation, we have discussed over several meetings. I keep telling Srikanth we should understand the aquifers of the city to find solutions. It's not from the top, but we need to create scientific understanding of many things. So I come from an architecture background. In 23 years of design practice, I didn't see my fraternity is doing anything great on or focused on water. We are all very good in distribution of water within the typology of building we design, but where we take water from, what we throw back in the environment, usually doesn't come in the realm of what we understand is recycling is done because it's a mandatory. Rainwater harvesting is done because it's a mandate. But going zero discharge, recycling every drop of water, segregation of waste that building would generate, all of these things sort of used to bother me. So I started off with my own sustainable home in the central business district of Hyderabad, which is Gachibowli, which is a very tanker prone area. My aim was to create a tanker free home. So my journey began there and understood the huge potential of rainwater that we discard, huge potential of wastewater that can be our resource, and composting and segregation at a household level, how we can decentralize and work towards these issues. We typically make a mountain of waste and then see how to deal with it. This is how we treat water. Today I feel Hyderabad has excess water. What is missing is water management is missing. We don't harvest our rainwater, we don't recycle our wastewater. We get huge amount of water from the rivers, no respect for river water. We use it for our flushes, we use it for everything mindlessly, because like Prakash said, there is no data on anything. There is no fear that this is a dwindling resource. There is no fear that we are already depending on rivers. That clearly says that we are not sustainable as cities. So what is sustainability today after COVID especially? Everyone talks about sustainability, but it's all in theory. How many of us actually live sustainable lives? How many of us do rainwater harvesting? How many of us segregate at home? So all these things, while it bothered me, after the sustainable home and after I realized the potential of all these, and last 12 years I'm very proud to say that we haven't got a single tanker into our house. So that itself is a big achievement. So after winning your battle at home, then what to do about a community? So in our community last 5 years, we don't buy a single common tanker. If you live in rolling hills in Gachibowli, if you sensibly use water, you don't need a single tanker for this 100 villa community. So we've made enough rainwater harvesting measures. So not just that, but spreading awareness through an NGO, which I'm a core member of. So I'm also part of TEDx Hyderabad. So we created a society to run our TEDx events. So the whole year we thought we should do social impacting work, and I picked water. So the last 10 years was spent in understanding all the gaps. Why does not a community resonate with a garbage filled well or a lake? What is that connect we are missing? Why are we are extremely tap and tanker society today? How do you bring back the people and community and water connect? So what are those templates that I can create? Today 80% of the rainwater harvesting pits in our city simply do not work because we don't maintain. We've become extremely lazy that we build something and we cannot maintain it. So instead of broadcasting, do rainwater harvesting, we came up with solutions where you don't have to maintain. So we have almost maintenance-free solutions. How do they do it in Germany? How do they do it in Berlin? We understood those, and we understood there are Make in India products which can do modular rainwater harvesting. So as a design studio, we slowly started evolving into water conservation activities, and we have been able to put back millions of liters of water into the ground. We have worked with institutions, we work with resorts, we work with hospitals, we work with hotels, we work with builders like Srikanth who really believe in these things, and a lot more builders. We are trying to get them into the realm of things. While 60% of these are projects where we make them go zero discharge. As an enterprise, now first of all, why did I build an enterprise from an NGO? That also is a story. 8 years on ground, broadcasting awareness didn't take me anywhere. I thought it was a stupid waste of my time. My time is not productive and my time is extremely valuable. So I said, this is not the way to go. But working as an NGO, working closely with communities, lake communities and all of them, I understood the gaps. So why is government not interested? How to Government is though well intended, why are they not connected to these projects? What are those things that can connect a politician, connect a government as a stakeholder, connect communities as a stakeholder? So I understood these things and I wanted to experiment, bring those kind of teams and experiment on templates with starting an enterprise. Now the enterprise creates a clear detailed project plan, a DPR. What do I do with a well if it's filled with garbage? What is the first step and what is the last step? So we've literally gone through this process. So we know how to rope in the government, how to rope in. So what is that holistic circularity? Gachibowli step well we restored. Masjid right next to it was putting their sewage line into that. Now from that, undoing that, that's where the government arm comes in, because we need the government. I absolutely believe that I don't do government bashing because I don't believe in it. I believe we should walk hand in hand, work with the government and make things happen.
Distinguished guests and my dear staff and customers, good evening everyone. The primary motive of 360 Life has always been looking at real estate as a social enterprise with commercial viability, as opposite to looking at real estate as a complete commercial enterprise. Just like how a doctor should look at his profession with so much integrity, a builder has a complete responsibility, because the apartment or the flat or the villa in which a customer resides will decide the dynamism and energy level of the individual on a daily basis. If you look at today's scenario, under construction projects are contributing significantly to air pollution, resulting in a lot of dust accumulation and disturbance to the surroundings. Today on this world, and for a matter of fact, we have never celebrated a new year or any other such occasion. We have always been celebrating Environmental Day, Water Day, etc. So on this is the 9th year of celebrating the World Environment Day for us. This day we took this as an opportunity to showcase that even an under construction project can house greenery, compensating the amount of pollution it creates during the phase of construction. Number one. Number two, we have observed that various activists, conservationists and other conscious stakeholders who are a part of society have been working in silos, contributing their individual capacity to nature preservation, environment conservation, etc. We felt it is our pertinent responsibility to bring as many ignited minds together so that we achieve the convergence in bringing out a channelized output where we see a better Hyderabad as a model to the rest of the country and the world. The guests here, the subject matter experts who have spoken till now, have evinced keen interest on this idea, and 360 Life serves as a platform for this conglomerate to bring in all the sources, as Jayesh Ranjan sir remarked, and as Ravinder Garu and Kalpana Ramesh Garu have remarked. We will try to bring in all the synergies together and give out a roadmap so that at the local level, first at the apartment level, then probably at the ward level and community level, we will try to achieve fundamental objectives of trying to make the community or the locality net zero. As we have previously discussed, we have previously researched, see, net zero is not an initiative that can be achieved as a target point. It has to be a continuous journey involving the important stakeholders like government, other quasi-government institutions and other scientists and technologists together. We will weave the foundation for this, and with due support from government, we will try to take this forward so that our contribution will be sizable and scalable in terms of the model that we have achieved for a small scale. For this initiative, we are very happy that you people have shown so much interest, spent your valuable time, and have been a part of this event. We thank you again, and we look forward for your cooperation and participation like this for the events to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Srikanth garu. Now, Vinay Palapati garu will give a vote of thanks. Please come, sir.
Firstly, thank you all for your patience. Today has been the World Environment Day, and therefore most of our guests could not make it. We have to on time, so we have to give a special thanks to Sri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, who had the time, or he made the time, being busy. So special thanks to him. Extra special thanks to my dear friend Prakash Balwadi, who came in all the way from Bangalore with his team. And I cannot thank Srikanth enough, and Uma Garu, his family, who support him. I have never met anybody who's so young, mid-30s, who cares firstly about the environment and conservation much more than he cares about anything else. And for that, special thanks to him and his family at 360 Life. We're grateful for the press, Ramchandar, for organizing at short notice and on a busy day. Total appreciation to you guys. We're thankful for all the staff that have made this possible. We hope you have a nice day and hope the traffic gets better for all of us on our way home. Thank you.
Prakash garu, alage Vinay Palapati garu, Kalpana ma'am. Thank you everybody. So made it successful today's program. Thank you one more.